shocky.
Monday.
Camera's hot.
Hot.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Full of electricity.
All right, hurry up. We're cutting into the lunch here, bud.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Last Flight Show. I'm your host, Jake Klein. Joining me today is owner of Last Flight Calls, Matt Hicks. What is going on, buddy?
Oh, not much. Glad to be back.
Yeah, we took a little bit of a break. We had some hunting season stuff going on and busy in the shop and all kinds of stuff that we were...
All kinds of stuff.
Oh,
It's been a whirlwind of the past few months, but
it's been a thing for sure.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
But, yeah. We'll get back to it. We're gonna
All right, so
start back off with the verse of the week.
Yep.
Which we still been putting out calls. So if you want a verse call, they go quick. But every week, every Monday, we drop those, and I kind of just do it weekly on whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Whatever I feel like I'm being told to do.
Yeah, we haven't uploaded any podcasts, but definitely have kept the verse of the week alive. So
Yep. So in this week's verse of the week, we're going to be in the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9 is the verse that we got here. And it's a verse that has been really just coming up constantly, I just feel like, in the last few weeks of just like, here it is. I just keep getting a sign of here it is. Somebody will call me and it'll be about that verse. I'm just like, how, you know what I mean? It's already in my head, like just weird stuff like that. So this is so cool. But anyways, that verse reads, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." And that is a good one. Like that
just let it sink in for a second.
Moment of silence.
Read it again.
Moment of silence. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps.
That's wild.
So, as always, we always break that down into like 3 different parts. And just that first half, a man's heart plans his way. And that's human planning. That's just us kind of, even just as like a kid, you already plan out like what you want your future to be. Where you're going to go to school. Where you're going to go to college. What do you want to be when you grow up? Mm-hmm. Just things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. God actually gives us the planning, like the ability to plan ahead.
Right.
And pursue our desires. Like that is a gift from God. Our dreams and goals and all those things are part of being a human, and that's a gift from him. And, but then we get into the second part, but the Lord directs his steps. Even though we make plans, God ultimately determines the paths of our lives.
Right.
So though you made the plan to have a certain job, doors open and doors close all the time. Mm-hmm. When those things happen, and it really helps when you're close with God because you can just kind of see the signs of things. You know what I mean? Like, just like seeing this verse of the week just pop up for me over and over, like almost daily or every other day. It would just be like there. I would just be like, I don't like, you know what I mean? Like you can't ignore some things.
Right.
But when you're more in tune with God, like you can really the veil's off, like you can see.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it helps to know when a door opens or closes or, something like that, like, it's from God or not. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Because there are worldly things too that opens a door or closes it. Do you stay put? Do you move? Do you delay? What do you do with some of these opportunities? Mm-hmm. Some are from God and some aren't. Then we get into I got the third part on here, and it's the balance between effort and trust. So this verse teaches us a balance between, our responsibility and surrendering. We should plan to work, but you got to remain humble enough and surrendered enough. You should surrender all the way, but to trust God to direct your path.
Yeah.
Faith means moving forward with a plan while remaining open to God's guidance. Mm-hmm. So I could have the goal of, having a certain job or doing, building this company up into the greatest thing ever. But if a door shuts on it or another one opens for another direction, you really need to be in tune and pray about it and like really sit with it. And, one of the best ways that I like to think of things when it comes to, was this from God or not? Was this just
Right. Yeah.
coincidence or was this from God?
Yep.
I always sit and think like, you got a fork in the road. Which one points more towards Jesus?
Right.
That's a pretty easy identifier to which way you should probably go.
Yep. Yep.
Because the Lord is not going to direct you down a path that is terrible if he has a path over here that says, he's like, right here, come on.
Right. Yep.
And you got
Yep.
that other path over here. It's like, but I wanted to go this way. This was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
He says, nope, come this way. So you got a decision what you want to do.
Yep.
And, a buddy of mine called me this week and he got a new job, and his old boss was always pretty negative and hard on him, and never wanted him to take off work and be with his family and things like that. And he felt led to go pursue another job, and he did, and he didn't realize it till after he took the job. He always felt it was, God's doing. Well, his new boss is completely like all in for Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Like it's a total 180, and he's not even used to that.
Yeah.
He said he called him up one day and was like, man, when's spring break for the kids? And he's like, oh, it's end of March or whatever. And he's like, okay, you're taking time off for that, right? And he's like, no, I got work. And his boss is like, no, you need to go do that.
Yeah.
And he lets him go home every night, because he used to have to stay, Monday through Friday out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And, just so it's just like confirmation of like, all right, this was from God.
Right. Yeah.
And you get that with decisions. So say it might be gray or kind of blurry. Like, I don't know. If you start going down a road and it's like, no, this is kind of just pulling me away from Jesus. It's kind of like, let's back up and let's try the other way for a minute if you can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like the world will tell you to follow your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like follow your heart, do what's best for you, all those types of things. But we got to be careful, because I got some later on here in Proverbs in chapter 28, and specifically in verse 26, it says, he who trusts his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely will be delivered. So relying purely on your own feelings and instincts can definitely like lead you down a path of destruction.
Yeah.
It really can. And, wisdom comes from seeking God's direction, surrounding yourself with people to help you discern some of these paths that you've got, these options that you've got, these opportunities. And, even in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9, it says, the heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? And our hearts and desires and emotions can mislead us.
Right.
And that's why we need, like God wants us to be still and just sit for a minute and just be patient. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we just wait. But human nature, we're impatient.
Right.
I want to go down that path right now because I can see what's on the reward that I have possibly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But what feels right to us and in our heart is not always right.
Yeah.
And that can definitely like lead you down a bad path. It could be a good path.
Right.
But like we always say, it ain't the best path.
Right.
Because it ain't Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be good, but it ain't the best.
Yeah.
So.
And I like taking these verses and kind of putting them into life perspective of like my own life. And when I read this, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. I think about my early stages in video and photography, just media content. My dream growing up, watching The Truth by Primos and, Real Tree shows and things like that. My dream was to be in the media side of the industry. Yeah. And I've always been one that preferred to be behind the camera, operating the camera, than the one to be on camera.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with, camera fright or anything like that. It's just there's always been something that has drawn me to a camera. And so early stages, I wanted to have my own show. I wanted to do things, my way, and I wanted there to be a certain output of that.
Sure.
And then shortly, I guess I wouldn't say shortly, it was a couple years is when you and I had met.
Yeah.
And then now, it's just, I feel like the part of a man's heart plans his way, like mine was, I'm going to be in video production. I'm going to be into photography. But the Lord directs his steps, brought me here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and it probably took like a lot of like conviction and a lot of like,
yes,
and it took a lot of you to and responsibility to just be like, I'm done doing my own thing.
right, yeah,
And because I just thought about this now, but like, you build like the camouflage addiction,
Yep,
the high drive, all the things, is like you were wanting to like, I want to be the guy, but you
Yep.
can't like also do that and behind the camera and like all these things, and that's cool and all, but if it's not like what you don't feel like you're like really being led to,
yeah,
it's like, this is a lot like more Jesus. You know what I mean?
This
Than
is
what we were doing before with camo addiction and all that.
This is the opportunity that I not only it's the opportunity I didn't know that I wanted. Does that make
Right.
sense? Like,
Right. Yeah.
it's something that it's everything that I wanted to do in the industry, everything, but it's just a different form, a different way of getting there.
Yep.
It's the Lord directing my steps. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, you had to give up your own deal to finally like take hold of
Yes.
his deal.
And then now, like, I couldn't imagine doing anything different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just putting everything that I thought that I wanted in I'm going to say a company or whatever it might have been, and being here and doing what I love to do for a company that I genuinely enjoy being a part of.
Right. And that values you. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Truly, like, whatever ounce of work you do, like, bro, you know what I mean? I want to pay you. I want to get you,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just want to take care of you. And not only on the money side, but also just doing this and the Jesus stuff and, like, just trying to, like, just be accountable for each other,
Yeah.
and, pursue some of those
Yes.
things together. You know what I mean?
And the thing is like, it sounds weird, but it's like I don't have to worry about the marketing portion of it.
Right.
I don't have to worry about the business portion so much. I don't have to worry about the online, the website, the this, that, and the other.
You have to focus on what you want.
My
to
job
do.
is to run a camera, and that is phenomenal. And that's all I have to do.
And
I mean,
talk.
outside of
And
this, and talk, but
talk a lot.
and then obviously shows and things like that. But it's something that I genuinely don't take for granted. And I'm just like, Matt had said, like, there's been times where I've tried to go my own way and do my own thing, and it's never worked out, ever. And then I just always end up right here.
True.
You know what I mean? And so now it's just at the point to where
Then
I'm
you get into
content,
here, you
like-
get back into some of the brands that you were working with, but on a better and higher
yeah,
level
yeah,
than before. And
Yep.
some of the stuff like that is just
yeah. It's just
cool.
the opportunities that will come your way. I guess this is what I'm saying. The opportunities that will come your way when you stop trying to force something are amazing. There's just something that there's a lot of things that you can't handle. You won't be able to handle. You think you will. You think that you'll know the right way. You think that you have everything covered and in control, and then God throws a wrench in there and says, "Nope, this is what you're meant to do." And I'm going to lead you to this. I'm going to let you try to go your own way and fail, but eventually I'm going to lead you where you need to be.
Right.
And here I am.
And if a door keeps getting shut, sit and think about it.
Yeah.
Man, what am I missing?
Yeah.
Because
Yep,
he's probably missing
100%.
something.
Yep.
All right. I think that wraps that
All
one
right.
up.
That's probably one of
What's
my
next?
favorite. That's probably one of my favorite verses that we've
No,
done.
yeah, it's
really, just because.
it's very powerful. So that's going to be on a call this week. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what I'm going to do yet. turkey call. Maybe I'm thinking about another pot call, but I don't know. Y'all can see Monday. I'm gonna build them today, whatever it is. But we'll figure it out.
All right. On this episode, we're going to go into break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about some upcoming events later on in the podcast. We've got some cool stuff coming up, but the main focus of this episode is going to be preseason turkey prep. And that's going to be everything from what we're doing in the call shop, new things coming, scouting for turkeys, the camera gear, shows, all that good stuff. So sit tight, relax, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Last Flight Show, brought to you by Last Flight Calls and Gear. This episode starts now.
And we're back.
And we're back.
About a 5-second intermission.
I don't know who is like blowing. Oh, it's Brock. The Brock Rolston. He said
scouting?
He said it's back.
Well, yeah. You're back.
Shout out, Brock. How you doing, buddy? Oh, Schilling texted me too.
What? Oh, geez.
He said.
Everyone's like, what's going on? Why is this back?
Schilling's like, who's the guest today? Do it TikTok live. All right. Anyway, so like we talked about in the intro, this topic of this video is going to be preseason turkey prep. And when it comes to being a call company, there's a lot more that goes into preseason turkey prep than a lot of people understand and realize. Obviously, the other call makers or companies that are going to listen or watch this are going to kind of understand what it is that we're talking about. But those of you that that aren't and that just take the calls and they go out and kill turkeys, this is kind of a backstory, and I guess like a how would you say it, like a behind the scenes
kind of a more understanding
of what's going on.
Because time and time again, I mean, it's all the time. Somebody new comes to the shop. And they start seeing and looking around and watching us work, and it's like they got no idea what it actually entails.
Yeah,
and it's normal, because as a consumer, or you go to the store and it's just calls. You get on the website, it's just calls. You're at a show, it's just calls, and you just subconsciously almost just forget about all the other work involved.
Yes.
And it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It doesn't allow time for much hunting. Doesn't allow much time for a lot, really. I mean,
we've posted reels in the past of like a quick little call, put together, I want to say, but those reels are like 10 seconds.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Realistically, it takes
that's the other thing too.
days and hours to do that.
Yep. And it's always, of course, the preseason, but then it's during season, and then really if you get towards the end of season, then you start getting it starts letting up, of course, because everyone's bought their things for the year pretty much. But it's very demanding. Selling turkey calls, duck calls, like when it's time. When it's season, like it's busy season.
Yeah.
But you also are wanting to be out.
And really, I mean, the thing too is we're not like a mass production shop. Like it's not like
no, we don't. I mean, we sell a good bit, but
we're hands on with literally every call that leaves this shop. Whether it be if you buy it at a show or if you buy it online, whatever it is, like that call has been in our hands and played before it even thinks about getting put in a box. So
and I mean every call, start to finish, everything on the website, every piece of marketing material goes right through that computer right over there.
Yep.
There is no marketing agencies helping us out. There's none of that. It's just right here, So there's a lot of work on that side too that nobody sees. It ain't just building, we got to figure out how we're going to sell these things.
Yeah.
And you got to think about like coming out with new stuff. Let's come out with something new. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And speaking of new,
let her rip.
What is it? It's up there.
It's up there. If you can see something that's up there, we're not going to tell you what it is in this episode. I'm just kidding. We are.
No. But so our cast acrylic pot calls. Come out with them last year, selling them this year, going really well.
I got the OG right here.
There you go.
The OG.
And, obviously we were going to get into wood because, they play well, right? The acrylic's still our flagship. People are loving those things, like, a lot. Like, they probably don't have the price high enough because they're just like, shing. But that's okay. It ain't about all that. But we're going to come out with the wood ones. We're going to do cherry, and we're going to start with slate and crystal over glass, just like the acrylics. And I'm just talking even further down the line, probably not this year, probably maybe the year after. Talking about ceramics and aluminum as well.
Yep.
Box calls, crow calls, alcohol. I mean, all the things.
Yep.
So we have a lot going on, a lot of prototyping on top of already of what we do here. Which is just, so there's a lot going on, but a lot of fun stuff. And we want to be able to offer a wide variety of products so that, kind of like a one-stop shop.
Right, yep.
You can come in here, you can get your mouth calls, you can get your friction calls, you know what I mean? You can get your locator calls, you know what I mean? Like you can just come in here and do it all. Deck out your vest with Last Flight, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's always the goal, you know what I mean? So, but we also want to do things in an appropriate timeline to where we're not just dumping product at you, and it's not like good stuff.
You don't give the new stuff time to get out, and I mean every new product has its features and its specific reasons for it being out there, and we want to give you guys time to get that product and run it, use it, things like that, and then we'll upgrade from there, just like anything else. You buy a camera, there's upgrades that come along with it.
And we don't want to rush anything that's not ready to be put out yet.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing.
And we don't need to. We're good. We don't need to rush it. That's kind of one of the worst things that you can do is rush a product to market. Because if that thing fails, I've seen it in the hunting industry. Even this past year on some things where it's got put out before it really even got into the field.
Yep.
That can be bad.
And that's
it can totally tank a project, with not only a project, but your reputation as a company.
Right. Yep.
And that is more important than that one project.
Yeah. And that was a thing that, the last year at Indy was when we started really talking about it. We didn't have the calls for show until we had a couple in Columbus, but it was till Wisconsin that we had some calls that people could try out and things. Nothing was for sale yet. But
we didn't sell anything till the last week of turkey season.
Yeah.
A big part of that was, we took them to shows for demos, let people play them. Went to 3 different shows, just let people play them, and people, dude, they were wanting to buy them right there. He's like, I don't even care. I'm just, you know what I mean? I don't care what it is. I'll give you $250 for that right now. You know what I mean? Like, there were several people like that. It's like, no, we can't do that.
Right.
Like, I still got 2 more shows. Yeah. And this is all I got. So,
well, and that's the thing.
And I gave some to you and some other guys to run out in the field too.
Yeah.
And it went well.
Yeah, it went really well, actually. And that's the thing, though. It's to the public and to the people that are buying the calls. There's a lot more that goes into releasing a call to the public than it just making a turkey sound, right? So our calls are designed to last a long time, and it's when, like Matt just pointed on, if we release something to the public to purchase, we want to make sure 110% that product is ready to be released to the public to function the way that it's designed to function in the field. And that's what we did, last spring with the OG call that I've got here. Is we really just wanted to put it through all of its paces and make sure that it was going to perform like it should. And then so when we went to Indy this year, was the first show that they've actually been out and available for purchase. And, and
it was the number one thing we sold.
It was crazy.
And the most expensive item we had, but the number one selling item.
Yes. And the thing is, you look at the price tag, and it's not what you're used to seeing out of a pot call. But the product is not what you're used to getting out of a pot call.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like a 100% cast acrylic. Are you kidding me? With a gold-plated coin? Like, that's...
24 karat gold-plated coin. But the thing is, like, you can go and give that to your kid in 10 years.
Yeah.
And say, here you go. And it's still going to be the same thing as day one.
Yeah.
If you break a surface, guess what? Send it back. Put a new one in.
Mm-hmm.
The pot's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you never broke, the only thing that you could break, because it
Really
is,
hurt my knuckle doing
it's literally glass and slate, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's the weak point on any call. You know, the rest is going to last forever. If you break something like that by rolling around, get a hold of us, and I can just pop a new one in. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally...
easy peasy.
It's seamless. It's actually kind of cool, really.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
But, yep. And then with the new pots, we're going to do cherry. And I'm going to do Purple Heart Strikers.
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart. And probably moving forward, which I ain't told anybody this yet.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Is we're probably going to go ahead and do waterproof strikers in every call now.
Yeah.
Moving forward. But we also will sell our standalone strikers too. If you just want a different striker, different color, or different species of wood, or whatever the case is, we will be continually adding to our striker lineup as well.
Yeah.
So
I was getting ready to point on that because we've been doing a little bit of testing with some of our other strikers that we have in the shop, and
there's some surprising ones that are like, oh man.
Well, that's just the thing that
You don't expect.
That's the coolest part about being a call maker is that you get to try new things just to see what it does, and then sometimes you're like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, right away. Sometimes you're like,
yeah, and then sometimes you're just like, look at each other, you're like,
did I just hear what I
did
heard?
that just happen?
Yeah.
And then it's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, I got one that is like they're a mini striker. It is literally like only 2/3 the size of our regular striker, and it sounds great on that cherry.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's right there with that Purple Heart, but like it sounds like so good.
Yeah.
So
and it's like a higher tone too. So it's like you have on the same call, you've got two different strikers making two different sounds, and it's incredible.
It's got such a clean bottom, and it just rolls right over into like that raspy, deeper, on the top end of that yelp. And it sounds really good. But,
Yeah. Well, what else is new? What else we got going on?
Got a couple shows coming up.
Well, there was one thing that I thought you was going to talk about. But maybe you're not now.
I don't know. Let me see the notes.
You literally just had the striker to it.
Oh, this guy?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna do a giveaway with these guys, Rack and Winco. Check them out at rackandwinco.com. But we're gonna do a giveaway with these guys. It actually has the verse of the week that we said today on this call, and this is just a custom acrylic pot, a little bit different shape and bevel on it. No gold coin. I'm gonna end up putting a cross in here though, and we're gonna give one of these away with a black striker over on their page. But we're going to collab with them. So if you see it on mine as well, that's it. But anyways, Rack and Winco, these guys are super good dudes out of Georgia. I went with them to Missouri this year duck hunting, and just some of the most down to earth people that I've met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So buddies from Georgia, out of Georgia, Rack and Winco, last flight giveaway. I look for it this week. So
Yeah. Good deal. All right, moving on to the next, which is going to be scouting, which is...
what about the shows?
Well, we'll get to those. We'll get to those there toward the end here.
Sorry, Mr. Producer.
So we talk about, the loading up on the calls and making those and how much time that takes. We for me as a turkey hunter, I start scouting and getting eyes on birds in early March, like I've already started now. However, as a call maker, you have to start preparing for this months in advance in preparation for the big rush of people that are getting their own turkey hunting gear ready. They're going to be upgrading their call. So there's it's a tough balance between being a turkey hunter and a call maker. And the same kind of thing that, Matt goes through all the time with waterfowl too, is that we would much rather be hunting or scouting, but we have work to do here in the shop. So it gets to the point to where the time crunch is there, and everything's trying to get done at the same time. So when it comes to me and my scouting for turkeys, it's limited, but I'm lucky enough to know where my turkeys generally are. So I'm going to go through a couple of my scouting procedures or tips. Let's say if you're somebody that just can't get off of work a lot, or somebody like me that's got children that have multiple things going on, and you're just really on a time crunch on when you can get out and locate these birds. And so last weekend I went out for the first time this year. And what I really try to do is, if I'm heading to a farm that I've never hunted before, I usually don't venture too far from the truck, and I'll go out there well before the sun rises. That way I can catch the first couple of gobbles, because this time of year, you're not going to get your woods lighting up kind of gobbling. I mean, you're going to get a handful of gobbles, and that's it. And so if I'm, like I said, if I'm going to be somewhere where I've never hunted before, I don't generally know the roosting sites, then I'm going to head in really early, and just to make sure I can get those first couple gobbles off of the roost. If the gobbles are far enough away, I will push forward a little bit. What I really want to try to do is just get eyes on the field that I feel like they're going to be in and glass, and just kind of figure out where they're moving and what's going on. There's still going to be a little bit of change between now and opening day. Our opening day comes at the end of April, but there's going to be a little bit of a change, but they're generally heading back to their spring locations. The hens are going to start getting back to where they want to nest and things like that. And I had probably the most incredible first scouting morning of my turkey hunting career on Sunday this past weekend. And there's a new video on YouTube of that scouting trip. The hens were about as vocal as I've ever heard them. Didn't hear any gobbles on camera, just because, like I said, I didn't catch that first couple gobbles in the morning. I heard them from the truck, but I wasn't able to get anything on footage. But the hens were very vocal for me. I knew what trees they were in, how far away I could get, things like that. But as far as early season scouting, things like that, I'm really not trying to push in too far. I'm really trying to get cameras out too, just because, especially in the areas where I can't see from the truck, or I have to walk a good ways to get to. That way I'm not pressuring anything. I can put cameras out there. They can pretty much tell me what's going on in that backfield without me having to go back there.
Just because you're not hunting doesn't mean you're not pressuring.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Just a bird here and you walk through that woods,
yes,
and knowing it's off.
Yeah.
Is pressure.
Yeah, and the worst and the last thing you want to do is pressure your birds before season even starts. You know what I mean?
Especially this early, Jake. Like 2 months early.
Yeah. So, and then now that I've located those birds at that farm, I generally just want to make sure that they're there. We go through so much here with flooding and weather and everything else. It's not uncommon for some of my farms to lose turkeys for a while because they just simply can't get there. If the rivers are overflooded, like some of our fields get so flooded that the birds, they can't even get to.
That one farm, they roost across the river, don't they?
Yes.
When they fly down When
Yeah.
they fly down, they go across the river and into your property.
Yeah, and actually, that one in the video, that one Longbeard there at the end, that's exactly what he did. He was roosted across the river, and the river's low enough to where he could cross it, and he flew the river. But sometimes that whole field just floods, and it's just like,
I mean, yeah, they would have to fly like
yeah,
500 yards to
Turkeys-
get out of water. and they're
Turkeys
just not-
obviously fly, but they ain't no.
They're gonna go
goose.
the other way.
Yeah, they're no duck. They're not just gonna get up and fly to wherever they want to go. So, but and then this time of year, it's really easy to find your scratching, your feeding areas, just because there's not a lot of foliage, and that's something that to keep in mind too when you are scouting is that when they're up in a tree, even during the season. And you can't see them, but they can definitely see you walking across a wide open field. So take that into consideration. But the scratching right now, everything is so open. There's dry leaves all over the ground, unless of course it rains. But this is a good time to find the scratching areas, the feeding areas. And then obviously another thing that I like to look for is dust bowls, things like that, which you can generally find on the edge of a field. A lot of times they'll have feathers in them if it's been dry enough. And then the obvious one, tracks. So
bird poop.
Yep, poop's a good one.
That's a good one. You got to look for all the signs that they've been there.
Yeah, if you can find a good roosting tree too, a lot of times you'll find the bottoms of them are full of droppings, and that's a good way to locate some roosting trees if you're not out there in the mornings listening for them. And sometimes the roosting trees are obvious, right? Like if it's a single tree in the middle of a bunch of shrubs, but sometimes when they're in the timber, I've seen turkeys roost in trees that I can look at and think that that's a roosting tree before I even see a turkey in it. Mm-hmm. But I've also seen them roost in trees where I'm like, there's no way. Like, out of all the trees in this area, why would they choose that one?
Right.
But
what
who
they can
knows
do
what
what
goes
they
on their
want.
head. Yeah,
They can do what they want.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much my early season tactics is to stay as far away as you can, and then and try to push in when you're able to, as long as you've got eyes on the bird. But it gets the closer we get to season, the less that I will push in anywhere. I find a lot of my scouting missions are late, right before the season starts, I guess. I don't leave the truck. So I may walk 50 yards away from the truck just to get to an opening area where I'm still covered in the timber, but I can hear them gobbling. And that's just because of the work that I've done early season, like right now, as far as putting boots on the ground.
You know where to get to your glassing points.
Yes,
and, watch them from a distance.
Yep. And if I'm going to bump a turkey, if I'm going to spook a turkey, I would rather do it now than do it a week before season or the weekend before season starts. So
right now you got 6 weeks for it to rest.
Yeah. And by that time, as long as you're not doing it consistently, there's always a chance that you're going to bump turkeys. Like on this farm in that video, like had I not known that those trees that those hens were roosted in was a typical roosting area, I probably would have bumped those hens because I probably would have kept walking, which is okay this time of year. Now, if you keep doing that, if you consistently are bumping turkeys off the roost early, there's a good chance that turkeys could find a different roosting area. But as it gets closer to season, like now, like I said, I won't push in anymore. I got my camera set. I've located their roosting trees. As of right now, like I said, that could change, but generally they'll stay in that same roosting area. And that's what they've done the last couple of seasons. So, but we've got a couple more farms that we need to go listen to. We was actually going to go out tomorrow, and that's all going to depend on whether that sun decides to come out or not.
Supposed to be windy in the morning.
I don't. It's not supposed to be windy. It's just supposed to be cloudy.
Right.
So Matt's gonna, if we do get out, Matt's gonna bring the camera out, and then I'm gonna get some footage. He'll take some pictures, and we'll just kind of enjoy a gobbling morning. I think they'll still gobble, but it's just, I don't know how much they're gonna gobble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've got a couple farms, like I said, that I've got to go out and check on. I've been successful on those farms in the past. One of which Bryson killed his first turkey on last year. One of them is Ashley killed her first bird on a couple years ago. She's a seasoned veteran now. And then just kind of put eyes on turkeys, or at least ears on turkeys. I got a lot of people that I want to try to get birds this year, so which is cool for me because, like we talked about earlier, like I'd rather be behind the camera than in front of the camera. So
Right.
it's a good thing for me because I get to take sometimes new people that have never turkey hunted before, or people that are still fairly new to the turkey world. I get to take them. They get to kill their bird. I get to film everything. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So
I was just talking to the guy at Rack and Wing Co., Daniel. He's wanting me to come down. He's got several thousand acres that he hunts over. And he's next to also National Forest.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said like 25,000 acre.
yeah.
And says it's loaded with turkeys. So
Yeah.
he wants us to come down and potentially
Film some stuff.
Film
Get some
and hunt
stuff
and do
on
some
footage.
stuff.
Yeah, I got
So.
we got youth coming up early next month, early April, and then we'll hit opening weekend around here. That following weekend, I head to North Carolina to kill a Carolina bird, and then come back here. And then right now, the rest of the season is just being planned as of right now. So it's going to be a fun and exciting season. Our goal for our YouTube is to load that thing up with a lot of action-packed hunts. I've been pretty successful the last couple of years at getting plenty of footage, which has been cool. I'm just really excited about it this year because it's all going to be through Last Flight. Like, it's all going to be through that. So now I just got to worry about going out and filming turkeys being shot, and there may be videos where turkeys don't get shot.
I was gonna say I want to
You know
do
what I
some
mean?
where
Like, it's real life stuff. Like,
I mean I can do a lot more videos where I don't kill anything.
yeah,
So you get an action packed morning and you're kind of moving around.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You can kind of explain why you didn't seal the deal, like what happened.
Right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Did you get caught off guard? Did you get were you out of position on a bird that you
Yep.
thought was over here, but it really was back there?
Yep.
Type of thing. Did it roost in a different tree? Like kind of those types of situations that we find ourselves in as hunters.
Yep.
That you don't see on YouTube. Those
Yep.
aren't on YouTube. It's always about the kill shot.
yeah. And I
And-
think that's what I'm most excited about is just that we're just normal people. You know what I mean? We're normal dudes that have been blessed with the opportunities that we have been, but
Yeah.
we're just guys out there with cameras and we're just enjoying it. You know what I mean? And so it's going to be so much more relatable to what we're doing and our goals and views on our channel moving forward. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for this year.
Yeah. So, all right,
What
let's
we
talk
got?
about shows. We got some shows coming up.
So we just had Indy 2 weeks ago,
Yep.
and then next weekend we got Columbus, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Open Seasons Sportsman Expo. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So come see us, Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. I actually have our booth number right here.
What's
Let
the
me-
date? Like
Hey,
March
speaking of-
19th to 21?
Speaking of trail camera, I just got a picture. Let me see here. I'm gonna get that.
I think it's.
that.
Should probably say the dates right.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, 20, 21, 22 is Columbus.
Yeah, and then I've got the booth number here. A second, my camera's full of.
So that's a
Pictures.
pretty good show. I mean,
Here we
it's
go.
only an hour and a half from here, so we're going to go
that's
to
Indy.
it. We always go to this one. It's our home show, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
What you got?
I almost passed it. Nope, that's not it.
Okay.
I did pass it. I literally just saw it.
Can we play the Jeopardy music?
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we are in booth 530 I think it's 530 and maybe does that sound right? That's what it's got our number on there.
Yeah. You'll find
Sure.
us. Just
Yeah.
go down the main aisle, and we're going to be there.
Yeah, it's
on
literally
you.
straight through. You walk through the main entrance and you walk straight. And then as soon as you get into all the vendors that are out of the no-call zone, you'll see
I
us
forgot
right
about
there.
that.
So yeah,
And then, so Columbus this next weekend, and then we go to Wisconsin Dells up there. It's the same people, open seasons once again, and it's at the Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells, which is kind of fun because we hit up the water slides after each day.
the water slides.
But so yeah, it's gonna be back-to-back shows, which is just it's a lot of work. It's crazy.
That's another thing. Like
We go. I feel
when we talk
unprepared
about
right now.
loaded up on calls. Like
You
not
feel
only,
unprepared?
Yes. Like
That's what I'm saying, dude.
not
I'm always
only do we have the big rush of people wanting calls before the season starts, but we also have scouting time that we have to put in. We also have shows. So you got to think like we're making calls for the website and just to have in stock, but we're also making calls to take with us to these shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we have back-to-back shows like this, we lose that time, like that week that we come back from Columbus until Thursday when we
Dude,
leave for
it's gonna be
Wisconsin.
insane.
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be crazy.
It's gonna be insane.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, because we're gonna have to be. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're gonna have to get back on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like, Sunday after the show in Columbus, we won't get back here till 6 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
But like we just drop the trailer and go home because we don't really, time away and stuff like that. Family, got to go spend time there, and so we just drop the trailer, head home, recoup. But then Monday, it's just like you pulling the trailer apart, figuring out, what do we need? Then it's Tuesday, Wednesday, trying to build. Tuesday trying to build, Wednesday trying to build, and then pack it up Wednesday night, and we're going to, leave early Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So it's just bang, bang.
And I don't really think that you recoup from a show until like Tuesday. Like,
Dude, I don't even know. It takes like a week. Like, it's a lot of
so it's just like,
work.
yes. But yeah, definitely stop by the booth, talk to us, hang out.
Yep.
Got some cool things that'll be there. We got some new merchandise. We got some new T-shirts that we took to Indy that'll be at all the shows.
Of new turkey call. I forgot. I got another one. This one's for the kids. The little push buttons. We'll have some of those available for some guys too.
Little push buttons.
I was like, well, hey, why
Yeah.
not? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get something for the kids.
perfect.
So I already got one to one of my buddy's kids this last week. So
Oh, really?
yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
It is nice.
Oh, what else we got on?
All
here?
right, let's.
Easter.
Yeah, let's finish this thing out with the Easter calls.
Easter released.
Ooh,
So yeah, every year we do Easter calls. Been doing them for the last 2 or 3 years, and they have been a hit. People love them, and kind of like So we got those coming up. It's gonna be a jade call, jade and gold.
Yep.
It's kind of the theme this year.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put a verse on it this year. Usually we just put Easter in the date. This year I'm gonna put a verse on it, and just kind of like our verse of the weeks, but different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It won't be part of that. It'll just be an Easter launch. But
Yeah.
those have been going really well. People love those. So yeah, we're gonna keep them running. So stay tuned for those.
Yes, sir.
So really excited about those.
Yep. But all right, you got anything else before we wrap this thing up?
I'm ready for lunch.
I was about to say.
Yeah, it was late.
Time for
But
lunch.
good one to get back into. Happy
Yeah.
to get back behind the mic and kind of share what we got going on, and
Yeah.
bring the word to y'all, which is important to us. And yeah,
I just realized that camera's not recording.
yeah, it is. The red light's
I'm
on.
just
there.
kidding.
Dude.
All right, guys, we appreciate you tuning into this one, and we will see you on the next one.